Hello guys, and welcome once again to Savannah Essence. Today we are making a deep conditioner with these two amazing powerhouses. We are using pure glove powder, and also we are using fenugreek powder. This is how gloves look like for those of you who have been wondering. And the powder is a very darkish powder. Cloves contains high levels of antioxidants and nutrients, and these can help in, hair growth or to strengthen your hair. They can be used to protect your scalp against dandruff and other skin or scalp inflammation, and that's really one of the reasons why our hair breaks. And then fenugreek powder also is another powerhouse powder, and this is how that one also looks. It's a creamish kind of powder made from the seeds. And then fenugreek powder also it's a rich source of iron and protein, and it also has flavonoids and saponins, and these are all antioxidants and anti-inflammatory, and they help protect your hair. So fenugreek is excellent for those of you with thinning hair. If your hair is extra thin, then you need some sort of fenugreek powder. So these are the two powerhouses that I'm going to be using for this deep conditioner. Okay, so to start off, I need to get these dissolved in water. So these are all water soluble, or they can disperse nice and easily in your water. So you really want to start doing that. So I have I measure some water, or I just pour in some water because I already know this recipe and I know the amount of water that I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to pour some water that does not exceed the amount of water that I'll be using, but I'll be measuring the quantity of the powders. So I'm using 10 grams of fenugreek powder, and I'm using 5 grams of clove powder. This is because clove powder has a way of taking over a recipe if you're not careful, and there are some electrolytes in clove powder, per my formulation experience, that if you're not careful will sort of influence or impact the stability of your product. So clove powder, per my experience, has an ability of breaking down your formulation. It can sometimes lead to separation of your formulation if not properly done, or if not mixed properly with some cations and some. I'm not going to go deeper into electrolytes, but usually you should be minimizing the amount of clove powder that you use in your conditioning recipe. As important and as much of a powerhouse that it is, in the long run, in terms of cosmetic formulation, it can impact your product. I haven't had that experience with fenugreek, and so I'm still sticking with my 10 grams per powder. So I'm using 10 grams of fenugreek powder and then 5 grams of clove powder for this formulation. So all that I do is just I disperse it in water, and I set the water aside for it to thoroughly dissolve whilst I start my formulation journey. So that's my glycerin that I'm using, and then I'll be adding some panthenol. So basically the difference between your deep conditioner is the amount of emollients and humectants in your deep conditioner, and the fact that your deep conditioners are left in your hair for a longer period of time. So you always want to ensure that you have a lot of great humectants, such as your panthenols, your vitamins, your glycerins, that will ensure that all the benefits stay in your hair. And you also want to add additives. So I'm adding aloe vera here, aloe vera powder in this case, to ensure that also that soothing and protective nature of aloe vera, I get that benefit in my hair, because I'm going to leave this on for some time, apply some heat. So I need all of this to go in. So this is going to be a much more thicker, much more richer in terms of humectants, like I've just spoken about my panthenols and my glycerin. It's also going to be rich in emollients, so I'll have a lot of shea butter and a lot of oils in this mixture because it's a deep conditioner. So I need all the benefits that I can get out of this. So now that I'm done with my water phase, I've just set it aside. My panthenol was a bit cakey, and then I needed to hydrate for some time. I start with my emollients. My shea butter, like I spoke of, is going to be high in this recipe. Then I'm going to be adding my castor oil in this as well. This also going to be a higher quantity in and then I'll also be topping it up with some baobab oil as well, also in a very high quantity, because I need all these benefits in my hair. This is not just any thinning conditioner that I'm going to apply on my hair and wash off and go. This is a deep conditioner, and I need all the benefits that I can get in this particular conditioner. So at the end of the day, this is what we're going to be using. Our emulsifier is our BTMS 50, and then we will also be using cetyl alcohol as our co-emulsifier, or as our stabilizing agent, or as our thickening agent as well. So we're using that as well in this recipe. I'll be sharing the recipe in the description box somewhere along the line. If I forget, do remind me in the comment section, and then I'll share it. So that's our cetyl alcohol. So our oil phase is almost done. This recipe calls for eco seal. Unfortunately, my eco seal is still small, so that's all of it. And so I don't also want to use citromonium chloride, because I'm going to leave this on my hair for some time, and I'm still experimenting with citromonium chloride, so I do not want any issues or any wahala. So that's our oil phase. Now let's come back to complete our water phase. This was the aloe vera, panthenol, and glycerin that we were hydrating. So now we're going to add in our water, and in place of the water we are going to add in our mixture, our powder mixture, the fenugreek and the clove powder that we dispersed in water. That is going to be what will form the water phase, and then I'm going to sieve it. So you can go ahead and just put in your powder directly into your mixture, but these powders are not blended finely such a way that it will just dissolve in your water, and so you might want to sieve it. It's a wash off product, so you wash off. So you can put the powder in, or you can decide to go this route, whichever way you want. At the end of the day, you wash it off. But sometimes some debris get in your hair and it's difficult to get out, so I like to do it this way. And then when I'm done, I just top it up with the rest of the water that I need for the recipe, and that's also my water phase. And as you can see, the color, it's a bit brownish. And also another thing about clove is that the more of it that you add, the more that it takes over the entire color of your recipe to give you a brownish color. But this way you are able to still maintain some nice creamy color out of your formulation. So this is our water and our oil phase. I'll just cover my water phase because to prevent evaporation, I'll just leave my oil phase the way it is, and then I'll use a double boiler method, and then I'll heat them up, and we are back again to continue with this deep conditioner. So everything is well melted, and as you can see, it's very hot. And so I am going to pour in my oil phase into my water phase, and then I am also going to agitate it or bring it to a nice and good emulsion by using my mixture or my hand mixture or my stick blender, and I will mix it nice and thorough and bring it to a nice and beautiful thick creamy emulsion. So thank you very much for watching up to this point. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you haven't, like, and then if you have any pointers, also share it in the description, share it in the comment section. If you have any questions, you can ask them also in the comment section. We'll try as much as possible to respond to them as soon and as fast as possible. Sometimes I think that I've responded to a comment, and then later on I realize that I haven't, and I have to come back again. So usually it's because a lot of things going on in my crazy mind. So I need to stick blend this for quite some time. Another thing is that you can do this and then you leave it, and then you go and come back, like I always speak about. You leave it for some time, you go and come back, and that's what I did throughout this whole process, and then it thickened up nice and beautiful. And once I'm sure that where it's gotten to is the way I want it to be, and then I set it aside, and then I go. So at this point, everything was heated up, and unfortunately I lost that small video where it cooled down, and then I added my essential oils and my what's the name of it, my preservative. So I added in lemongrass essential oil, and then I use liquid gemal plus and my preservative. I lost that video, but I think I do. I'll look for it if it's still there, because I looked for it in some of my videos that I couldn't find. But if it's there, I'll just put it up now that I'm doing the editing. And so this is the final product. This is how it looks like after it is thickened up. I set it aside for the next day. I did this in the night, and this is the following night again. So it's thickened up really to the texture that is supposed to be. It's very thick, and then I now have to jar them into my jars and then use them for its purpose. This is a total batch size, 500 gram total batch size, and I can use this for at least 2 months before I come back to formulate, because there are usually a lot of things to formulate, and I want to be able to have the essentials aside before other things. And a deep conditioner for me is an essential commodity, and so that is what we have here. And I just jar them nice and beautiful. If you are able to make this at home, let me know how it goes for you. And also, this is really good for my hair. I keep making this, and I make this in a very large quantity. If this was not good, I will make something small. I'm making it large because this is a tried and tested recipe, and it really works. My hair loves cloves and fenugreek. Actually, my hair loves herbs. I've noticed that my hair loves herbs. So when I used to buy hair products outside, I'll buy a deep conditioner or something and it has no herbs. I'm always like, why are these people making bland stuff for us? Because I don't know for you, but my hair loves ayurvedic stuff, herbs and stuff. My hair loves them. So this is mine. I'm not giving this to anybody. These are mine, and I'm going to use them all up. I tell you, my hair loves this stuff. Okay, and it's so nice and it's so thick. Look at the texture. It's so nice and so fluffy and so thick, and it goes into the hair, and I apply the heat, and when I wash, my hair is so soft, so smooth, so relaxed. I mean, my hair loves this stuff, to be honest with you. My hair adores this stuff. Okay, and please, I don't sell them. And no, please don't contact me to make some for you. I won't get time to. Unfortunately, I will not. When we finally launch our hair products, I'll let you know. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.